Good morning and vanakkam. In this video, we're going to be reading from Dancing with Shiva, Hinduism's contemporary catechism, written by Sadhguru Sivaya Subramaniya Swami, a richly illustrated sourcebook of Indian spirituality in question and answer form, exploring how to know the divine, honor all creation, and see God everywhere, in everyone. Today's lesson is lesson 131 and we'll begin by reading the caption to the facing image. A scholar, tulsi beads around his neck and the Vaishnava tilaka on his forehead, holds a Smriti text in his hand. Every Hindu sect has a vast sacred literature that guides daily life, tells stories, inspires theater, defines music, and uplifts the spirit. Lesson 131. Do Smriti and sacred literature differ? Shloka 131. Hindu sacred literature is a treasury of hymns, legend, mythology, philosophy, science, and ethics. From among this vast body of writings, each lineage recognizes a select portion as its secondary scripture, called Smriti. Om. Bhashya. While the Vedas and Agamas are shared as part of every Hindu's primary scripture, Shruti, each sect and lineage defines its own unique set of Smriti. The sacred literature, Punya Shastra, from which Smriti is drawn, consists of writings, both ancient and modern, in many languages. Especially central are the ancient Sanskritic texts, such as the Itihasas, Puranas, and Dharma Shastras, which are widely termed the classical Smriti. In reality, while many revere these as Smriti, others regard them only as sacred literature. Smriti means that which is remembered and is known as the tradition, for it derives from human insight and experience and preserves the course of culture. While Shruti comes from God and is eternal and universal, the ever-growing Smriti canon is written by man. Hinduism's sacred literature is the touchstone of theater and dance, music, song and pageantry, yoga and sadhana, metaphysics and ethics, exquisite art and hallowed sciences. The Vedas inquire, in whom are set firm the firstborn seers, the hymns, the songs, and the sacrificial formulas? In whom is established the single seer? Tell me of that support. Who may he be? Om Namah Shivaya. Good morning and vanakkam. In this video, we're going to be reading from Living with Shiva, Hinduism's contemporary culture, written by Sadhguru Sivaya Subramaniya Swami. 365 daily lessons based on ancient Vedic laws, disclosing how to approach family, money, relationships, technology, food, worship, yoga, and karma to live a truly spiritual life. Today's lesson is lesson 131 and the topic is the psychic force field. We learned so many important things from the mother. This learning is not just from the things she explains to us, but from the way she lives her life. If she is patient, we learn patience. If she is angry and unhappy, then we learn to be angry and unhappy. How wonderful it is for a mother to be in the home and give her children the great gifts of life by her example. She can teach them so many things, bring them into profound understandings about the world around them, and offer them basic values and points of view that will sustain them throughout their life. Her gift of love is directly to the child, but indirectly it is a gift to all of humanity, isn't it? A child does not learn much from the father until he is older, perhaps 8 or 9 or 10 years of age. We have a book in our library which describes a plan made by the Christians to destroy Hinduism in Sri Lanka and India. One of their major tactics is to get the Hindu women out of their homes and working in the world. They knew that the spiritual force within the home is created by the unworldly woman. They knew that a secure woman makes for a secure home and family, a secure husband, and a secure religion. They knew that the Hindu woman is the key to the perpetuation of Hinduism as long as she is in the home. If the woman is in the home, if she is happy and content, and the children are nurtured and raised properly, then the astral beings around the home will be divinic, friendly, and beneficial. But if she is out of the home and the husband is out of the home, the protective force field around the home disintegrates, allowing all kinds of astral Asuric beings to enter. Such a neglected home becomes inhabited by base Asuric beings on the lower astral plane. You cannot see these beings, but they are there, and you can sense their presence. Things just don't feel right in a home inhabited by negative forces. You have the desire to leave such a home as soon as you enter it. The children absorb these vibrations, these feelings. Children are open and psychically sensitive to such influences with little means of self-protection. They will become disturbed and no one will know the reason why. They will be crying and even screaming. They will be constantly disobedient. Why should they become disobedient? Because there is no positive protective force field of religion established and upheld by the mother. This leaves the inner force field vulnerable to negative and confusing forces of all kinds, especially in modern overpopulated cities where destructive psychic influences are so strong. These negative vibrations are penetrating the inner atmosphere of the home, and the children are psychic enough to pick them up and suffer. Sutra 131 of the Nandinada Sutras, the husband's dharma. Each of Shiva's married men followers strives to fulfill male dharma, safeguarding the integrity of society and the family through protecting and providing abundantly for his beloved wife, children, and parents. Om. Good morning and vanakkam. In this video, we'll be reading from Merging with Shiva, Hinduism's contemporary metaphysics, written by Sadguru Sivaya Subramania Swami. 365 enlightenment lessons from a mystical master, revealing the depths of Raja Yoga, the clear white light, the states of mind, and the ultimate spiritual destiny of every seeker. Today's lesson is lesson 131, and the topic is the centrality of the temple. Like the Hindu religion itself, the Hindu temple is able to absorb and encompass everyone. It never says you must worship in this way, or you must be silent because there's a ceremony in progress. It accepts all, rejects none. It encourages all to come to God and does not legislate a single form of devotion. Hindus always want to live near a temple so they can frequent it regularly. People arbitrate their difficulties in the vicinity of the temple. The Hindu people treat the temple very seriously and also very casually. It's a formal, informal affair. Between pujas, some may sit and talk and chat while others are worshipping. You might even find two people having a dispute in the temple, and the deity is the arbitrator of their quarrel, giving clarity of mind on both sides. Each Hindu temple throughout the world has its own rules on how to proceed and what to do within it. In some temples, in fact most temples in South India, all the men are required to take off their shirts and enter bare-chested. However, if you are in a business suit in the South Indian temple in New York, that's alright. You are not required to take off your shirt. Every temple has its own rules, so you have to observe what everybody else is doing the first time you go. Hinduism is the most dynamic religion on the planet, the most comprehensive and comprehending. The Hindu is completely filled with his religion all of the time. It is a religion of love. The common bonds uniting all Hindus into a singular spiritual body are the laws of karma and dharma, the belief in reincarnation, all-pervasive divinity, the ageless traditions, and our gods. Our religion is a religion of closeness, one to another, because of the common bond of loving the same gods. All Hindu people are one family, for we cannot separate one god too far from another. Each in his heavenly realm is also of a one family, a divine hierarchy which governs and has governed the Hindu religion from time immemorial, and will govern Sanatana Dharma on into the infinite. Hinduism was never created, never founded as a religion. Therefore, it can never end. Until the Persians attached the name Hindu to those people living east of the river Indus, and the name Hinduism later evolved to describe their religious practices, this ancient faith bore a different title, the Sanatana Dharma, the eternal truth. The understanding was that within every man, the germ or cell of his total affinity with God exists as the perennial inspiration of his spiritual quest and wellspring of all revelation. This enduring sense of an ever-present truth that is God within man is the essence of the Sanatana Dharma. Such an inherent reality wells up lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, unfolding the innate perfection of the soul as man comes more fully into the awakened state of seeing his total and complete oneness with God. And that's it for today's lesson. Take care of yourselves, have a beautiful day, and we'll see you in the next video. Om Namah Shivaya.